covert psychological murder or menticide. Yeah, I've studied psychopathic murderers for a few years. Extremely interesting, extremely dark, extremely dark. Even people who have studied psychopaths personally, face to face, stuff like this, could get PTSD. That's how dangerous it is. So, menticide is the word that you used, the systematic effort to undermine and destroy a person's values and beliefs, as by the use of prolonged interrogation, drugs, torture, etc., and to induce radically different ideas. And this is brainwashing, right? And you know, that's a narcissist. We'll use a narcissist. They engulf their victim completely, and they isolate them from other people. And if you want to know the steps to it, you can look up cults. Same thing. Cults are psychopathic, and they're manipulative, and they try to get you to completely dissolve any part of your own self so they can build you back up the way they want to. Okay? So there's a couple of other subjects that I speak about in my other videos. Machiavellianism. Okay? Cunning, scheming, and unscrupulous, especially in politics. A person who schemes in Machiavellian way. Machiavellian way. Machiavellian. Really interesting topic here. It's and then you've got Schadenfreude. Pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune. So you've got people who want to. Now here's the gist of narcissist. Okay. Totally helpless, no self, feed off other people, need people in their lives to give them what they want. So they will find a potential victim who doesn't feel very highly about themselves, who have been neglected and abused in their life before, and they will make them feel great, gain their trust, and isolate them from the world to keep them as a belonging to themselves. Okay? And then that's one. So they want the person all to themselves to get what they need from them. Okay? And then you have the Schadenfreude, who literally thrives off other people's misfortunes, failures, death. Okay? And those are the really nasty people on the internet. Always smearing people, always talking bad about people, always projecting and accusing, and everyone's bad. That's the sociopath. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Some interesting, couple other things for you to look up and study if you're interested. Thank you. TB from Pennsylvania. Hello. Love acrylic pour paint. Purchased a really nice piece from Etsy. Great way to support artists for my entryway. That is a great way. Thank you. The last Q&A I did a couple weeks ago, I showed some of my artwork. I think it was a couple weeks ago. About acrylic pour paint. It's really fun. I would really strongly recommend you guys trying it. It's beautiful. And then a new book recommendation, How to Do the Work. Recognize your patterns, heal from your past, create yourself, by Dr. Nicole Lepera. Lepera. Thank you, TB. Lawrence from St. Clairville, Ohio. Hello, Lawrence. I've tempted to reach out to the narc. I live in a small town. Can you talk some sense into me, please? Well, why, Lawrence? Let's know why. Right? What do you want? What do you need? How does that feel? And what do you value? Okay? This is who you are. 5 parts to yourself that really make up your true, authentic self. Okay, Lawrence? So why do you want to contact her? Right? What do you want? Did you want something from her? Not quite sure? Let's find that out. I would talk to somebody and get some help, because we're not grieving the loss. We're holding on to it and going back, and we're thinking about it, and we're ruminating, right? That's depression. So we need to heal from this, Lawrence. Talk to somebody. Get it out and start accepting the feelings that you have, okay? What do you need? You have emotional needs. Find out what those are and ask yourself if this person cares for any part of that, cares about your needs, because you're not going to get anything you need from them, right? your value. What do you value? You value respect for other people, so treat this person with respect still, and you value self-respect, then have some, right? And don't let this person hurt you ever again. Okay? How does it feel, Lawrence? Does this person make you feel bad in the end? Right? It's like a red hot burner. Don't touch it. Don't make yourself feel bad again. Take care of yourself, Lawrence. All of this stuff, we need support. We need support, and that's something we lack in after these experiences, sadly. Because the reason we're with an abuser or a neglectful, manipulative, exploitative person is because we grew up that way. So we don't really have the best supportive family, and we tend to have other friends who aren't very healthy and supportive. Okay? We need support, Lawrence. Call upon everybody that's there for you, that's healthy enough to support you, and hire it. Hire it, hire it, hire it. This is somebody to help you with this, to support you, offer you all kinds of different ideas and things you can do to emotionally hold your hand, to hold you accountable. If you don't want to see this person anymore and you've explained this to this person's tried to help you over the past few weeks to not see this person, now you tell yourself you're going to have to go back in the office and tell that person I contacted them again. It holds you a little accountable. Some of the things you can do, Lawrence, is make a huge list of everything bad this person's ever done to you. And some people like to type it on their phone. Some people like to type it on their computer and store it away and not look at it. Write it down on a piece of paper. Big list. I had a client once who wrote it from their ceiling to their floor on their wall. Right by the front door. Can't miss it. Every single thing that was bad. Everything they did to you that hurt. Everything that you sacrificed and compromised about yourself. Every single opportunity that passed you by. Everything. All the money, everything. And that's what you're going back to, okay? Write the advantages of not talking to them again. Start exploring your self-interest. Have a total plan of everything you want. Everything you want in life, everything you want to succeed at, and everything you want to own, and everything you want to do. Have that in front of you. And when you feel like going back into your ugly, dark past again and repeating that, take this and make sure you throw it away because you'll never have it, okay? It's a choice, Lawrence. And we got to be really clear on what we're choosing, okay? And that's why people that can help you can show you this, make it more clear. Self-awareness is not always 100%, right? We can always be more self-aware. And when we're in these kinds of situations, we're not very self-aware. We're not very self-aware of how we feel, what we want, what we need, and what we value, okay? Go be reminded. Have somebody work with you and support you, Lawrence, every week. Thank you. Greetings from Montana. Hello. Question. Is there a scale of severity on NPD? Once you've established that a person has NPD, by checking the criteria boxes, is there also a varying degree of horribleness? Are all narcissists just simply a narcissist and that is that? Or are some full-blown monsters causing destruction? No. So it's a spectrum. You could say it's a spectrum we are all on. You could say we're all on that narcissistic spectrum, and anybody that says, no, I'm not, or ever have been, I say BS, because boy, are children narcissistic. Children are narcissistic, don't have a ton of empathy yet, aren't totally aware of everything they do and how it affects you, aren't the best little empaths. They lie, manipulate, right? Exploit because they can't do things for themselves, so they have to exploit people. I need you and you and you and you and everybody in this world to do things for me. Can't get more narcissistic. It's a spectrum we're all on, and that's why the DSM criteria says you need 5 out of 9 traits. That means some narcissists don't even share the same traits, okay? So they're very different. We're talking about personality here, and people have different personalities, and even disordered ones with limited personality. They're all different, totally. And the best personality disorder person to tell you is a borderline. A borderline will let you know that not all borderlines are the same. It's something about borderline personality disorder. If I say one word about it, I got to have 5 people with the disorder tell me that they're not like that, they're not like that, they're not like that, they're not like that, they're not like that. And not all are like that, and you can't do that, and you shouldn't classify people and all this. And it's like, jeez. Not all narcissists are the same. Not all people are the same. We are all so different, so different. And you're gonna find some patterns, stuff like this, of course, of course. But and as far as their exploitative behaviors, there is a severity. Some narcissists don't even realize they're manipulative and exploitative. Some of them plot and plan all day, and take notes and hide them about how to do it. So, absolutely, absolutely. And when you get into the higher and higher and higher degree of horribleness, you're getting into antisocial personality disorder. That's your sociopath and psychopath. Okay? Thank you. Keep asking questions. Jam it. Thank you for your answer. I'm giving myself permission to fully grieve this and then focus intently on my recovery. I'm writing more and doing little projects around the house. Love your creative projects. You are so wonderful. Thank you, David. Thank you, Jam it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. CH from Australia. Love your compassion. Love your advice. Loved your artwork. The colors, the boldness, the free expression. Thank you very much. Okay, Anna from Paris. Hello, Anna. After get rid of toxic relationships, we are like more sensitive and we see more clearly what happens with others. So question how to cope with a grief when we're losing someone because of that. It's so difficult to stay friends with someone more and more hoovered. The person becomes like a remote control, stop thinking on his own, etc. Is it even possible to keep such a friendship? If not, how to struggle with feeling guilty of living a friend as a prey for a narcissist, when to stop fighting, when to stop trying. Okay. I'm sorry for the loss of your friendship, Anna. We need to grieve. And we can start grieving by talking, okay? And this is about how we feel, isn't it? And so I'm telling you all, we have to express and process our emotions or they stay like that forever. So if we lose somebody and we want to start drinking alcohol to make it go away and not talk about it, not think about it, it stays there forever. So the best thing, you might as well just get it out now and cry and hurt, and there's nothing to be scared of. It releases it and then it's gone and we feel better and better and better. And this starts by talking to people. Holding this stuff in makes us feel lonely. We're all alone. People talk about being alone because there's nobody around. No, the worst loneliness is being alone when there are people around, and that's by keeping secrets in here. Okay? So talk to grieve, talk about it, express it, cry, feel it, accept our emotions. You can share this with other people that might be grieving. You can help others grieve. Okay? Your other part of your question, is it even possible to keep such a friendship? Yes, you can keep whatever relationships you want with anybody. That's a very general question, isn't it? You can stay in a toxic relationship all you want. Is it damaging? Yes. Will it work? No. You can choose to do it. You already have for some time, whatever time that was. So maybe I'll just answer it with this. This is my little model that I made up. 3 parts for any relationship, any, that you want to be loving, growing, functioning, healthy. Okay? So it doesn't matter with your friends, with your family, your children. There's many more, much more to this, but these 3 criteria have to be met, period, or it will not function. It will not be loving. It will not be healthy. It will not grow anywhere. Okay? First one, your moral values must be the same. You figure out what your morals are that you value the most, and anybody you want a healthy, functioning, growing, healthy, loving relationship with has to value the same morals and not just say it. They have to do it. It takes a long time to know. Second part is all your emotional needs must be met for both people. Must be met. Okay? And we do this by communicating and being vulnerable. It must be equal. So, is it possible to keep a relationship with them? Yes. I'm guessing your moral values don't match, and I'm guessing emotional needs won't be met, and you guys don't communicate or are ever vulnerable very much, or at least equally. So it will never grow, it will never be functional, and never be healthy. Okay? Hope that answers your question, Anna. And when you believe that you're worthy of better and your life is more important than that, then you won't need to ask yourself that question anymore, and you'll just end it. And you'll go seek out better, healthy, happier relationships with people. Good luck. Willa from New Jersey. Hi, Willa. I know I always say that, but I know people from New Jersey don't really have that bad of an accent. Why are borderline personality often called the female psychopaths? Well, because borderline personality, and it's that she's psycho, she's crazy, right? That's typically the borderline. And it's because borderline personality disorder was actually coined of being on the line of neurosis and psychosis. We all have neurosis. We're all on that spectrum of neurosis. Either we bite our nails, or we fidget, or we can't stop moving, and we worry about everything. And that's all neurosis, and we all have some degree of neurosis. As that neurosis climbs and climbs and climbs, we eventually cross the line into psychosis, being psychotic, literally delusional, hallucinating. Borderline is right on that line. Okay, and they can be real quiet and mellow and a little neurotic, and then maybe they could just totally have a huge, what's called a borderline meltdown, and they can cross that line into psychosis, and their eyes are rolled back, and they don't know, and it's crazy, and they're just gonna who cares about anything you know about them? Who cares how mellow, quiet, sweet, nice they've ever been? Gloves are off. And they just lose it, and it's the end of the world to them, and all their trauma has caught up with them, and they feel completely powerless and worthless and useless and don't know what to do, and they lose their crap, and they look psychotic because they've literally are crossing that line into psychosis. And then you get the the nasty stigma terms that people use against people with mental health issues, like psycho and psychopath. So I hope that answers your question. And most borderlines are females, and it's much more common than most people know. I've heard some staggering numbers. Okay, thanks, Willa. Good to see you again. Anthony says, it's very hard to heal as I still have some anger in me. Thanks for this video. I'm sorry, Anthony. I just want to ask you one question. Besides telling me just now, what are you doing about it? Okay? That's rhetorical. Think about it. Okay? There's ways to express anger, and lots of people in society don't like that, especially with men. That for some reason, anger is bad, and that's just wrong. What my body is doing is not bad, and anybody who's angry is not a bad person. Okay? We need to express it for our own health, get it out, or it'll kill us. Okay? And we need to be careful how we're doing that and not scare or hurt other people. But my God, anger is not bad. We need it. It's an emotion. We have it. Accept it. Do something about it. Express it. Okay? And I think... Okay, another question from Shelley from Australia. Hi, Shelley. How you going? I have been trying to go no contact for many months, but each time I cave. I always feel instantly better when we reconnect. That's your hormones. Okay, so this has become a dependent relationship. Dependent, just like any other dependency. I don't care if it's sex, drugs, gambling, whatever it is, food. It's the same. It's not like it's one. It's just another one right here. Okay, you're an addict, and our hormones, our feel-good hormones, we've got a few of them. They rise and fall in these relationships, and it becomes dependent, meaning we can no longer do this ourselves. And so when the relationship is over, your brain's like, go back, go back, go back. I want that. I need that. And we go back, and it's, woo, it feels good again. Have you noticed it's not really as good? Yeah, you could talk to any drug addict. They'll tell you the same thing. The first time I shot heroin was the best. The 550th time was the worst. It just doesn't go up anymore. Just so dependent, okay? Just wanted to let you know that. I know they are bad for me. It's futile and it will never work. Like heroin. I know it's bad for me, but my health is bad, and I've lost my job and friends, but I keep doing it. That's dependency. Why am I doing it? Why am I in a relationship with problems that we don't fix and we don't end? Dependency. That's the definition. But I keep wanting to talk to them anyway. I feel so disappointed in myself. When heroin addicts go back to heroin, or an alcoholic goes back to the bar and breaks their sobriety, and their 250 days they've gone clean, and they feel ashamed and guilty. I'm so tired of this cycle and talking about it, and I'm sure my friends are sick of hearing about it too. No, they're sick of seeing it. They're not just sick of hearing it. It's sad to see somebody you care about treat themselves this way. Very sad. I recommend to my clients, don't be around it. Tell your friend when they're done, you're here. But as far as they keep doing this to themselves, you can't watch it because you love them. This obsession with the whole situation affects my other relationships and distracts me from things I both want and need to do, because dependency is number one. Addiction is number one. I've seen somebody sell their mother to get high. I've seen people do things to their children just to get high. One more time. It's disgusting. And I've seen moms and dads go back to their abuser and say screw their kids. Many times, okay? Number one, when we have addictions like this, just like any other addiction, we won't succeed in life. And it's dysfunctional, and you'll have somebody, tell you about a functional alcoholic or a functioning this. No. That means nobody knows. That's what functioning alcoholic and functioning victim of abuse means to me. Nobody knows. I'm fine. I'm okay. Hide the fucking bruises, and I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna smile. Yeah, same thing. It affects your other relationships. Yeah, they're failing. Trust me, if they haven't all failed, and distracts you from things you want and need. Yep. That's why alcoholics and heroin addicts, will lose weight because they stop eating, or they'll stop sleeping. Right? They'll stop things they can't. It's even things you need. I have not spoken to them for several days, but I'm dying to message them and check their social media. I know they are on vacation right now, and I'm dying to have a sneaky look. But I know I'll feel worse, so I'm trying so hard to resist. How can I stop missing them when I know they are so bad for me? How can I resist the urge to reach out and look at their social media? Well, you can't start. You say, how can I stop missing them? Well, you can't start missing them, right? Until they're out of your life. And they're not out of your life, right?